everyone, let's turn that pot roast that we made yesterday into yummy vegetable soup for today. Interested in learning how I make mine? Then keep watching. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, My Crazy Creative Life. If you're new, you're welcome. I hope you stick around. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back, and I appreciate your support. So if you watched my video about the pot roast, I mentioned that I turned my pot roast into vegetable soup. And if you haven't watched it, I'll link it up there in one of the cards. I'll also link it down in the description box below. But today, we're going to take the pot roast that we made yesterday and turn it into yummy vegetable soup today. So if that sounds good, then follow me. All right, here we go. So I've got my Instant Pot back out. And then this is the, oh, it's a little heavy. That is our pot roast that we fixed yesterday. I let it cool off on the counter and before I put it in the fridge, but then I wrapped it up and stuck it in the fridge. So. Okay, as you can see here, once you put it in the refrigerator and it gets cold, then all that fat kind of congeals. You can leave it in there for extra flavor. If you don't like as much of a greasy taste or a meaty taste, then you might want to take some of it out. So I'll probably take some of it out, but not with this spoon. That's not working. Go with this. It's kind of a mesh. All right, we're back. So as you can see, most of that's out. There's still a little bit of the fat floating around, but that's okay. I got the majority of it out. I just don't like mine super greasy, but some people do. Some people like that extra fatty taste, and that's okay too. All right, my next step. We ate most of the roast itself. That's about what's left of the roast. So some people, my husband in particular, says it's not enough meat. But he's a meat eater, and I guess most men are. But I think it's plenty of meat. But he's getting a hamburger for supper in addition to the soup, so he'll get his meat. So you just want to break that chunk up really good. All right, after you break your chunk of meat back up, then you're going to add some tomato juice. Tomato sauce. This is freshly made, or not freshly made, this is canned. I made this last summer with some tomatoes. So this is my own, but you can add tomato juice, you can add tomato sauce. If you absolutely don't have anything but tomato paste, you can use tomato paste. It's just so acidic, it kind of burns. But you can use that. You won't, maybe, I don't know, just do it according to your taste. Just do it a little bit at a time with the tomato paste, because it can get really acidic really fast when you use that, because it's so strong and so concentrated. But like I said, this is my homemade tomato sauce. It almost looks like tomato juice. Your sauce in your cans at the store is a little thicker than this. But anyway, I'm going to pour a whole quart in here. After this heats up and I add all my spices and it gets warm and stuff, I'll determine then if I think I need some more tomato. But as of right now, we're just going to go with this quart. Okay, I have told you from the start, if you have been following me from the start, I cook with love, so it's hard for me in some instances to tell you how much to use, how much not to use. Kind of the same with this soup. The next thing that I add is frozen vegetables. It's already got your carrots and your celery and your potatoes in there. So I just add some frozen, because you're going to have some peas and corn and I mean obviously more carrots, but that's okay. But so I just do the mixed vegetable, the frozen mix, and just whatever you think your family will like, just pour in there. I'm probably going to pour about I got that much. I think I want a little bit more. Now there was probably about between a fourth and a third already taken out of this bag, but I just poured the rest of it in there. Because it's vegetable soup, for goodness sake, we need vegetables. Okay. Go ahead. Okay, I'm gonna put this on slow cooker mode. Okay, as far as spices go, that's kind of up to you. I'm gonna add more garlic and onion powder. This is a half teaspoon. My teaspoon is somewhere around here, but I'm gonna start off with a teaspoon. Now remember, this is a half teaspoon, so I gotta use 2. That was onion. And I'll just start off with what I think is good, and then I'll taste it later and I'll adjust. It might be perfect. I might need to add something else. We'll see. Okay, and for vegetable soup, I like Italian seasoning in there. So that's like a 1+ teaspoon. That probably ended up being about 1.5, but that's okay. This is my homemade Italian seasoning. I mixed it up myself. And I bought these little jars on Amazon. Now I like caraway seed in here. If I can get it open. There it goes. I like using caraway seed. Because your caraway seed and your fennel seed, that's what gives a lot of your Italian dishes its flavor, like your pizza, your a lot of your sauces and stuff. It's kind of you don't really realize it, but that's what it is. So that was a teaspoon of caraway. And then we'll do a teaspoon. Ow. Gosh, these are hard to get open today. We'll do a teaspoon of fennel and just kind of go from there. I'm going to hold off on the salt and pepper until it gets closer to being done, and then I'll adjust my salt and pepper then. Now these seeds, obviously as they cook, they will soften up and they'll kind of just blend in with the soup instead of floating on top like you see here right now. Okay, the last thing I'm going to add, if you are a pasta lover, which I am, but not everybody in my family is, so I'm not going to put any pasta in here. But if you've ever had barley, barley is really good in vegetable soup. And if you get, I can't remember if it's the vegetable soup, the Campbell's just regular. I don't think it is. I think it's the Campbell's vegetable and barley or beef and barley or something like that. But Campbell's makes a soup which has barley in it, and it's a vegetable soup. I just don't remember what it's called. And barley is good in your soup. So we're gonna go over here to the sink. I'm gonna show you something. Okay, I'm gonna try to get down here with you. Barley is, and I'll show you here in a second what it looks like. But barley is one of those things that you really need to, it's like rice. You really need to rinse it before you cook it. Preferably soak it before you cook it because it makes it easier for your body to digest. But if you can't soak it, at least rinse it out or rinse it off real good. This has probably been soaking, well, just long enough for me to get the video started and talk to you all. So ever how long, it looks like roughly 13 minutes. So it's probably been soaking about 20 minutes. But I just rinsed it off really good, and then I stuck it in my bowl, and you can see, I don't know if you can see it or not, all of the stuff that's kind of released while it's soaking there. I'm gonna rinse it off again before I take it back over here. Let's go back. I'm just gonna take the barley and plop it in here. That was a cup. I'm hoping it's enough. I think it will be. Here is your barley. This is actually called pearl barley. I don't know how much of that you can actually see, but I buy this at my local health food store, and then it comes like in just a baggie, so I pour it in my mason jar. And you can buy it, I think, at Walmart. I think you can get it like at your big chain grocery stores, but I prefer the health food store. I just think that it's better, healthier. But you know, that's to each their own. But like I said, you want to rinse this well, if not soak it before you use it. All right, so I'm going to put my lid on that, and I'm going to let it be on the slow cooker mode for several hours. It shouldn't take very long to get hot, but you can pressure cook this. I would just do probably 10-15 minutes. I wouldn't do more than that. If you wanted to go ahead, if you've got an Instant Pot or some sort of a pressure cooker, I would, like I said, I wouldn't do any more than 10 or 15 minutes, probably 10 to pressure cook it, but I'm gonna let it slow cook. If you don't have a slow cooker or a pressure cooker, put it in your kettle and just put it on the stove. That's fine. You know, years ago I didn't have one either, and I just used a kettle. Or, you know, your big Dutch oven, your big pot, whatever. So that's it. That's all there is to just turning your last night's supper, which was the pot roast, into vegetable soup. And the thing is my picky eater, she loves it, and most stuff she don't like except for junk food. But anyway, that's all there is to it. One other thing, as this gets hot and warms up, you know, right before you serve it, or about halfway through anyway, when it starts getting hot, just taste it. Like I said, if you need more spices, put more spices in it. If you need more tomato juice, put that in it. And this is just cooking with love, so you can cook with love too. Just kind of taste it as you go and see what you think you need. But this is sort of your basic soup. So, all right. If you have any questions, just drop it down in the comments below. And I don't think you need to really see a big reveal, so I'm going to end the video here. It's just a quick video, but I do appreciate you stopping by and being with me today. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would appreciate you hitting that little subscribe button. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and I hope you have a blessed rest of your day, and I will talk to you in the next one.